I just paid off $11,500 in debt. I have built 7 income streams this year from scratch. I have posted a long form video every single day on YouTube for the past 150 days. And yet, this week, I was ready to quit it all. If you are over the age of 40 and you are rebuilding your finances, your career, your life, then this video is for you. Because on paper, it looks like I have it all figured out. But the reality is, rebuilding after 40 is exhausting. So let's go ahead and talk about why the wins sometimes don't feel like wins and why you have to keep moving forward anyways. So let's go ahead and talk about the wins first and the math. So starting this year, I started out this year with $61,000 in debt. I have student loan debts, which is a bulk of that debt, $41,000. I had 2 business debts. I had a personal loan debt, and I also had a IRS tax bill debt. And what happened was I realized, you know what? I need to clear this debt. And so I paid off my first credit card debts. Actually, I had 2 credit card debts as well. Forgot to mention that. And so what I did was I used the avalanche approach, which means that I was focusing on the highest interest rate debt first, which was my first credit card debt. And what I did was I paid that off. And then I paid off my 2 smaller business debts. And then I put money towards my second credit card debt, as well as paying off the IRS tax bill debt. That is $11,500 gone. But that still isn't enough because I still have $50,000 in debt. So with that being said, I said, you know what? I need to build my multiple income streams. So coaching, digital products, brand collaborations, market research, consulting, sometimes part-time, as well as affiliate marketing. And lastly, content monetization for Facebook. So I spent the past few months building everything out. And I think that is why sometimes, you're winning. You can see the math, things are working, but then also it's like it's not going as fast as you would like. And I think that's where I'm at right now. But here's the bridge between success you feel and then the reality you see. Because when I got back from vacation, I was on a high. I took 2 weeks off and I knew that I wanted to come back and hit the ground running. That first week back, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I was doing what I needed to do. Friday, it was the holiday weekend. And then I found myself this week off of the holiday weekend in a slump. Because when I was looking at my bank account, I realized, wow, I took those 2 weeks off. I wasn't bringing in as much money as I needed to bring in. I wasn't answering emails and all of that stuff. And, I kind of got discouraged because I felt like I took a few steps back. And that's the issue too, is like sometimes we have to give ourselves a little bit of slack because I know that I was on vacation. I was supposed to rest. I was supposed to reset. But then also I have over here my plans, my goals, and the things that I set to do in order to build financial freedom. And so I feel like this week I was trying to find my rhythm again. And I have to be honest, I didn't work this week. Other than filming the YouTube video every single day, I didn't do any other work. And the reason why I didn't do that was because I know myself. If you try to force something when you're not mentally in the right frame of mindset, then you're not as productive as you could be if you just reset, rest, and then come back a lot stronger. And I feel better now. So I know Monday I'm going to really hit the ground running and pace myself, of course. But I want to come on here and share this with you guys because I know I'm not the only one. I know I cannot be the only one who is rebuilding after 40 and who sometimes feels like it's an up and down battle. There are going to be so many days where you are on a high and you are riding that wave and you feel like you're winning and things are working out. And there's going to be days like this entire week where nothing particularly happened. Actually, I did chip my tooth. I have to admit that. So over the holiday weekend, we made barbecue, and earlier this week, I was eating a barbecue rib and I literally chipped my back tooth. So I had to go to the dentist. And that also put a little, in my funk this week too. It's just like, what else, right? But I'm saying all that to say is that, I pivoted to these new income streams because it was going to bring me financial peace. I put one-on-one coaching, to the side. I said, you know what? I'm not going to do that full time because it was taking away my peace. It was exhausting. I was burning myself out, being on calls hours upon hours a day, Monday through Friday, coaching groups of people and coaching one-on-one. It was a lot. It was taxing. And so I pivoted my entire business to give me more peace. And so this week when I felt I didn't have the peace that I desired, I was starting to kind of spiral and be like, oh my gosh, what have I done? What have I created? And I realized, you know what? No, I created the life that I wanted, and there's going to be bad weeks and there's going to be good weeks. And you have to kind of learn to roll with the punches. If you need to slow down in order to speed up, then I say do that. But I have to say, don't let it get to your head, because here's the thing. When you're building from zero, it's going to test every bit of your peace. You are going to question yourself every step of the way. You are going to find yourself in positions where you are second guessing, or you're thinking maybe this isn't the right route that I was supposed to take. But I'm going to tell you this. You got to be consistent. You got to keep pushing forward, because if you started this journey, there's a reason for it. And do not let the enemy try to talk you out of something that God has called you to do. And that was something that I had to sit with myself this week and tell myself, you know what? You're on the right path. Some days are going to be up and some days are going to be down. And you know what? Even though I'm asking myself, why isn't this moving faster? I can look back earlier this year and say, wow, I was $61,000 in debt. Now I'm only $50,000 in debt. I didn't have zero in my high yield savings account. Now I have $10,000. I wasn't investing at all. And now I'm investing every single month. And so you have to look at the small wins, because those small wins will compound over time and they will lead you to your bigger goal. So how am I still here on day 150 plus? Honestly, I don't know. I asked myself that question this morning, like, what am I doing? And I know I'm going to keep going until day 200, but I had to make a choice. And I had to stop making decisions based on how I feel in a moment, because I know right now my feelings are temporary, but my goals, my dreams, the things that I desire, those are permanent. And so if I stay focused on my goal, then I'm going to then crawl myself out of this temporary feeling of exhaustion, self-doubt, fear, all the things that I was feeling this week. My creativeness was out the window this week. So I did the bare minimum. I said, you know what? Let me show up. Let me film my videos. Let me do simple edits. I don't even think I did transitions or anything, or even text on screen in yesterday's video. And that's okay. You have to be okay to take a few steps back in order to really take leaps and bounds forward. And I told myself, I'm not here to try to impress anybody. I'm going to do what I need to do every single day with the energy that I have to do that. And if I don't have the energy to do fancy edits and all the bells and whistles in a video, then I'm not going to do that. And once I took that pressure off myself, I was able to get through the day yesterday, and I was able to coach my client that I had. And it was a great coaching session. I was able to, submit some proposals for a few brand deals that reached out. I was able to do a lot more work than I had planned to do, because I limited the things that were stressing me out. And I gave myself permission to show up even if I'm tired. Because here's the thing, showing up imperfectly still counts. I want to repeat that. Showing up imperfectly still counts. Taking messy action counts. So the issue is, you don't have to feel motivated to keep moving. The goal is just to keep moving. Okay? You don't have to feel motivated to do it, but as long as you still keep moving forward, guess what? You are maintaining momentum towards the thing that you desire most. If you're in a season right now where you are rebuilding, I want to tell you that I see you. I see you, because when you are in the rebuilding stage, it is always going to take longer than we anticipate. But let me tell you something. Every single payment that you get, every single step that you take towards your goal, all of that compounds. You are doing the right thing. You are rebuilding. We're doing this together. We're not quitting. We are going to keep moving forward towards our goal. And let me tell you something. We are just getting started. So do me a favor. I want you to put in the comments, tell me one win that you have accomplished this year. I don't care how small it is that you think it is. A win is a win. So go ahead and share it, because I want us to celebrate one another. We're all on this journey together. We are going to support one another. We are all going to win. We are not going to stop moving. And we are going to continue to make the strides that we need to achieve our goals. Listen, this year is halfway over. We still have another half a year to go. Let's keep the pressure, okay? Let's keep the pressure down. And I'm telling you, let's finish strong. And the way to do that is to be okay with being in a funk. And that's why I wanted to create this video. It's okay to have an off week. That's not going to slow your momentum down. What's important is your mindset. Okay. You remembering the reason why you started and you focusing on the end goal. All right. If you are new to my channel, I want to welcome you. My name is Dupe Alaru. This was your Daily Dose with Dupe. If this resonated with you, I want to invite you into our community. So go ahead and hit subscribe so that way you can come back and enjoy other videos that may relate to your current season that you are in. Until next time, y'all, keep your head in the game, okay? I want to wish you all a beautiful and blessed day.